Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and felt completely alone in the silence? No noise, no disturbance, just you and your thoughts. You look at the clock, 3:07 a.m., and suddenly a quiet question appears in your mind. Why does this keep happening? For many people over 60, this moment becomes strangely familiar. You fall asleep just fine. You feel tired at night. But then, in the deepest part of the night, you wake up. And once you're awake, it's not always easy to return to sleep. At first, it can feel frustrating, even a little worrying. You may wonder if something is wrong with your body or your mind. But here's something important to understand. Waking up at 3 a.m. is not a mistake. It's not a failure. And in many cases, it's not even a problem. It's a message, a quiet signal from your body and your mind, telling you that something is changing. Because as we move into our 60s, 70s, and beyond, sleep doesn't just disappear, it evolves. And when you begin to understand that evolution, something shifts. Instead of fighting your body, you begin to work with it. Instead of frustration, you find clarity, and sometimes even peace. So let's gently explore what your 3 a.m. wake-up might really mean. One of the most important changes happening inside your body is something you cannot see, but you feel it every night. A natural decline in melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that helps your body stay asleep. When you were younger, your body produced it in steady, reliable amounts. It carried you into deep sleep and held you there until morning. But over time, that production begins to slow down. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but gradually. And because of that, your sleep becomes lighter, more fragile. You may still fall asleep easily, but as the night goes on, your body no longer has enough melatonin to keep you fully asleep. So around the early morning hours, your brain gently begins to wake up. No noise, no obvious reason, just a quiet shift. And suddenly, you're awake. This is not your fault. It's not something you caused. It's simply your body adapting to age. And when you understand that, you can begin to treat yourself with more patience. Small things start to matter more now. Keeping your room darker, reducing screen time before bed, letting your body wind down naturally, not forcing sleep, but supporting it. Another change that often surprises people is this. Your internal clock begins to move forward. You may not notice it at first, but slowly, your evenings begin earlier. You feel sleepy sooner. You go to bed earlier. And without realizing it, your body also finishes sleeping earlier. So when you wake up at 3 a.m., it may not be because your sleep is broken. It may be because your sleep is complete. Your body simply thinks it's morning. This is known as a shift in your natural rhythm, and it's very common after 60. Life becomes quieter. Evenings become calmer. There are fewer demands pulling you into late hours, and your body responds to that calmness by resting earlier. But here's the important part. You don't have to fight this shift. You can gently guide it. A little more light in the evening, a short walk after dinner, a meaningful conversation before bed. These small moments signal to your body the day isn't over yet, and slowly your rhythm can adjust. Now let's talk about something more physical. Sometimes your body wakes you up because it needs attention, not in a dramatic way, but in small, quiet signals. A slight ache in your joints, a shift in your back, a need to use the bathroom. These are not problems, they are messages. As we age, the body becomes more sensitive. It no longer stays silent for long periods. It speaks more often, and it asks for small adjustments. Even medications can play a role. They may affect hydration, temperature, or how deeply you sleep. So if you find yourself waking up at night, it may not be your sleep that needs fixing. It may be your comfort, your environment, your routine. And when you begin to listen closely, your body often tells you exactly what it needs. There's also something subtle but powerful: your daily habits. Over time, your routine shapes your sleep more than you realize. If your day becomes quieter, your night begins earlier. If you move less, your body rests less deeply. If you eat earlier, your body may wake earlier. These are small shifts, but they add up. Your body is always responding to patterns. And the beautiful thing is, patterns can change. A short walk in the afternoon, staying mentally engaged in the evening, avoiding long naps late in the day. These gentle adjustments can guide your body back into a rhythm that feels more natural. But there is one more reason, and it may be the most meaningful of all. Sometimes you don't wake up because of your body. You wake up because of your mind. At this stage of life, something begins to happen quietly. You have more space, less noise, fewer distractions, more stillness. And in that stillness, your thoughts begin to surface. Memories, reflections, unfinished conversations, moments from your past that still carry emotion. This is not anxiety in the way it once was. It's softer, deeper, more reflective. But it can still wake you because your mind is trying to process something it didn't have time to feel before. And sometimes that feeling is loneliness, not always heavy, not always painful. Sometimes just a quiet awareness that life has changed, that people have moved on, that the house is quieter than it used to be. And in the middle of the night, that awareness feels stronger. But here is something important. This is not a weakness. This is wisdom. You have lived, you have loved, you have lost, and your mind is still making sense of it all. So instead of pushing these thoughts away, you can acknowledge them gently, kindly. You might write a few thoughts down, sit quietly for a moment, or simply remind yourself, I am still here. And sometimes that is enough. So what does all of this mean? It means waking up at 3 a.m. is not something to fear. It is something to understand. Your body is changing, your rhythm is shifting, your life is evolving, and all of it is happening quietly. Instead of asking, why can't I sleep like I used to? You might ask a different question. What is my body trying to tell me? Because within that question, there is peace, there is awareness, and there is a new way of caring for yourself. A more patient way, a more compassionate way. Because this stage of life is not about holding on to the past, it's about learning how to live differently, more gently, more intentionally, more wisely. So the next time you wake up in the quiet hours of the night, don't rush to fix it. Don't assume something is wrong. Just pause, listen, and trust that your body, even now, is still guiding you toward rest, toward understanding, and toward a deeper kind of peace. If this message spoke to you, take a moment to reflect. Which part felt most familiar? And what small change could you begin today? You don't need to change everything. Just one gentle step is enough. And if you found comfort in this message, consider subscribing to the channel. Because here, we don't just talk about aging, we talk about understanding it and learning how to live it with clarity, dignity, and peace.